right, so let's look at endocrine pathways. Okay. All right, so we need to show it, I'm going to do nervous system and an endocrine pathway and show the two. So the nervous system, the stimulus is coming from the outside. And so we have our little stimulus. In the nervous system, you know the stimulus is going to be picked up by some kind of receptor. And of course it's sensory. So we're coming from the outside, so something you taste, you feel, you hear, whatever. So if it's strong enough, the receptor will send that input down a nerve or neuron, whatever. And this is using an afferent pathway, which is sensory, of course. It will send it to an integrator. This should be just review. And that integrator will take that information and create a response. So it will send output down an efferent pathway, which of course is motor, and it will send it to an effector. And that will create a response. Okay, that should all be review. Okay, stimulus to a receptor. The receptor picks up the stimulus, is strong enough, will send an action potential down in a sensory nerve, which is the afferent pathway, to the integrator, which will then send a response down an efferent pathway to an effector. Should be review. All right, in the endocrine system, the signal comes from the inside, okay, not the outside. So again, we start with a stimulus, and I'll leave it this. Okay, start with a stimulus, and it will be picked up instead of like a receptor. It'll be picked up by a sensor. And the sensor is located in a gland. So a gland like the parathyroid gland or whatever. We've already kind of talked about the parathyroid gland. So if you remember, the parathyroid gland monitors the blood for calcium levels, blood calcium. So there's a sensor within those parathyroids that tracks that. Okay, so the sensor in the endocrine system, the sensor is the integrator. Because using the parathyroid as an example, if the parathyroid sees that blood calcium levels are too low, the response will be that it will, to the output will be that it will dump parathyroid hormone into the blood. So that's a blood vessel there. So it will dump whatever it is, so the hormone, into the blood. The blood will carry that hormone to the effector, which is any cell that has a receptor for that hormone, which could be many. Okay, and then that will create the response. So where the nervous system is specific, so it's going to go to a specific effector, the hormone can go to many. So the target is more target organs. So whatever cells that have that receptor. It's not really directional in that it goes everywhere. When the hormone goes into the blood, it's circulating throughout the entire body. Okay, so it's, again, as we saw in the last video, the endocrine system is general, where the nervous system is specific to a specific effector. All right, so that's basically how the endocrine system works. Please understand that the integrator is not the nervous system, because we're not talking about the nervous system. We're talking about the endocrine system. And the integrator is within the gland itself. The gland has the sensor, which picks up the stimulus, and it is also able to integrate what's going on and know that it needs to secrete its hormone.